so delighted to have you with us here today. I can't believe it was only a couple of months ago we just got together with your team to talk about this project. And, we jumped on it right away because it combines two of our passions. Number one, technology, of course, and number two, education. Education is our number one vertical segment at Adobe, and our dream is that all kids will be able to access 21st century digital communication skills, and your project is one of the I think, role models for us. So can you tell me a little bit about the vision for the project and the concept behind it?
Sure. Well, I just want to say good morning and thank you for having me here, and thank Adobe for all of their incredible work in making these legacy trails come to life. And the idea for this kind of came from the Freedom Trail. I don't know how many people have been to Boston and walked the Freedom Trail. So having grown up in that area and learning a lot about that and seeing how many people do go to Boston and walk that and learn about Boston, but really learn about American history, I thought, what if we did something like that in California? Because so many people move here to California from other states and other parts of the world, and they know their own history, but they know very little beyond the gold rush and the missions about California. And growing up on the East Coast, my mother would always just say, you live in Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. And she'd go, that's how they do it in Hollywood. I say, no, there's more to California than Hollywood. And so I thought if we could develop these legacy trails and do them on the web and do them in an innovative way, which California is known for, we could really educate people about all the different facets of California. We're starting with the Remarkable Women's Trail, which is sponsored by the Women's Conference, but we look forward to doing lots of different trails, whether it's about trails on innovators, technology trails, food and wine trails, the mission trails, environmental trails, and that people then could also log on and develop their own trails, and people could share their trails. And by sharing and including lots of different people, we could also educate them about what California is, who lives here, the diversity of California, the culture, the history. And I think the possibilities are endless, like the Learning Lab, how kids can go on and learn in a completely different way. And that's what education is going to have to adapt to, a whole different way of teaching. And you can be at the forefront of that.
So if you're looking for ideas, I'm sure you can get plenty of ideas from this group on...
That's for sure. I was sitting over there and I had not a clue what was being talked about up here. I felt like I was at a Star Trek convention. And then I thought I should leave, then I looked around, so it was 99% men, so I thought I'd stay. And I thought, well, they must have some ideas about how we can actually bring California to life through these different... We could do a men's trail. We could do what do men really like. We could do all of those. That would have probably a lot of people would focus on that. And but I think really the possibilities for these trails are endless. They could start on the web, but ideally I see them as trails that people could drive, that people could walk, that people could surf, and that people would come here and they'd go to the Golden Gate Bridge, but they'd also maybe go on an author's trail and see where Joan Didion lived, or see where Amy Tan lives, and where do they get their inspiration, or if they're interested in the arts, they could find all the great museums and different artists and where they work, and great restaurants and great food and great wine, and where did all the innovators of technology come from, and how did they create their ideas, and where were their ideas born, and how long did they take to develop their ideas. All of these things are endless, and I think that people find them fun. They're great things to do with kids, they're great things to do on a date, and they're great things to just kind of include people in, and you learn a lot in the process. So the way they've done this, the way you all have done this, has brought it to life. People are really excited, and I'd love to get ideas about how to make them even more innovative.
So the best way to give ideas is to go to californiamuseum.org. That's the website, which is debuting this week. And later on in 2009, we will have the AIR application that Kevin showed you, and we'll look forward to that. So again, let's give a big hand for Maria and thank her for being with us today.
Thank you. Wow. I'm not sure how to follow Maria, Shriver, and Anne, but it does feel like the Bridge of the Enterprise up here a little bit. That's just me. So next we're going to talk about the cloud side of client and cloud, and some of the capabilities that we're bringing in to the Flash platform from